Giants fans, G1, G3, another week, another episode. How good's this, Stephen Coniglio?
It's great to be back, Phil. You've been making a lot of headlines of late, so it's good to finally get to talk to you one-on-one.
Yeah, it's nice to actually use my vocal cords, not just my fingers and my characters. So obviously it's good to be here. The year's up and running. We've been a bit slow on G1, G3. I'm going to take all the blame for that, even though it's all your fault. It's all my fault, Giants fans. I've been a bit lazy. I've had a few things on my plate. Tweeting, texting, Instagram, you name it. I've been a bit busy. So big episode.
Massive episode, and I think the fans will be happy with this one. He obviously texted you last night, our guest, saying, Phil, can I come and watch training today? Heard you've been in good form. Would love to have a chat with the boys. Maybe you want to tell everyone who it is. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It actually has something to do with this. It's got to do with polls, Stephen. Polls, and lots of polls. The greatest ever first over of a one-day cricket match, but I'm not sure if I believe that either. But let's go and get amongst it. And do you know there's nothing more certain than the great Simon Katich will be lurking? Yeah, he'll be there. Let's go and have a chat. Let's get around him. Of course, we called it. We're very fortunate to have our own special guest, Stephen. Yeah, we do. He's a very prolific run scorer over his career. He's just lurking over the back there, Simon Katich. Simon Katich, mate. Oh, yeah. Good to see you, mate.
How are you?
Welcome to the show, mate.
Nice to be on.
You thought we got Starker here, but you're still the biggest name here in cricket.
Not at all, mate. We're trying to get him as #1 ticket holder. Fortunately, we've got a fantastic #1 ticket holder in Mel Doyle, but I think a World Cup in his locker at the moment. He's going to be a contender in years to come, I think.
But as we've always said, this club, mate, competition for spots. Yeah. Even at the #1 ticket holder, there's a bit of competition.
Yeah, there is tight competition for spots, so I think Starkey's put his hand up.
He's still the biggest name, mate. Do we want to go through the stats? 10 test tons, 25 test 50s, 6 test 90s, average of 45.54, something around that mark.
We make a good pair. You're a cricket nuffy and I'm a footy nuffy.
Now to our second special guest, a man that's been everywhere of late. Player of the series in the ICC 2015 World Cup, Mitchell Starc. Thanks for joining us today, mate.
Thanks for having me. It's good to see you, boys.
Did you come down to watch me and Phil train, or just the whole group?
Oh, you got me there. But it's nice to see the boys train. Don't get too much time off in general, so it's good to see you guys play and come down to training and see you boys train and chat to you boys.
Obviously, it's been a big couple of months, and your next 6 months look a bit busy. Tell us a little bit about the World Cup and the feelings prior and after the win, and what's in store for the next few months.
Yeah, it was a great tournament. It felt like a lot longer than 6 weeks. Probably felt like a few months or when you look at our first game of the MCG and a final there. But the support from the Australians or from all cricket fans was great. Even talking to this boy on the text every now and again. But looked at to get through the tournament the way we did and to play in front of 93,000. You boys will probably feel it when you play a final there this year or in a few years' time. But it was an amazing noise there, and yeah, just a proud moment for the whole team, and just to win a World Cup for Australia is a pretty special moment. Yeah,
it was a long 6 weeks. I think it was a 6 weeks, and especially when you think about the amount of tweets that Crick Info tweet and the amount that Phil Davis tweets, and when you had more than actual Crick Info, that was getting along, wasn't it?
I had more information to give, mate. I had more thoughts, more tactics. I actually was surprised Boof didn't call me more often.
Before we go back over to Phil, who's got a couple of questions, no doubt. We've got a tweet in here from Shane Warren 23. Mitch, are you thirsty?
All thirsty jokes aside, you're obviously a passionate Giants man. How did that come about?
Well, I used to live over at Breakfast Point and saw you boys filter in and saw you around the cafes and sometimes at the pub every now and again for a few orders. But no, got on board. Went down to the first game you played against the Swannies at ANZ and thought this was pretty good. I'd jump on board you boys, and been following you ever since. So it's great to see you boys.
Yeah, obviously it's always good to have a big dog, Stephen, like yourself on board. You know, there are a few other New South Welshmen in the squad, and Paddy Cummins, and there's a few other Josh Hale, any of the other Australian cricket boys on top of the Giants.
I'm trying my hardest. Obviously got Kato and myself here. Yeah, I'll try and convert a few. A lot of AFL footies in the kits, a lot of footy kicking around the training sessions and that sort, but I'll try and throw a few caps around, I think. Obviously
the Giants, we've got 2 co-captains, Callan Ward and Phil Davis. Would you like to see something, an initiative brought forward by Dave Matthews, maybe a co-#1 ticket holder with yourself and Mel?
Oh, look, I'd never say no. I think Mel's around a bit more in Australia. Unfortunately, I follow the summer and play cricket everywhere. But look, I'd never say no. I love the Giants, love watching you boys play, and love watching you boys win.
Mate, thanks very much for coming down, and we look forward to the Ashes and IPL, and hopefully you can keep taking wickets.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
What a beauty. Look at that. Bone shine. You thirsty, mate? You thirsty?